Good morning, everyone. My name is Rick, and welcome back to my jungle. It really feels like a jungle today because there's a couple of tropical storms not hitting us, but in the area. So we've been getting lots of cloudy, rainy weather, lots of mosquitoes, lots of frogs, and the plants that are happy putting out a lot of foliage, but not a lot of blooms. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys a bunch of Hoyas, and I will do a little bit, a little demonstration how I prepare my fertilizer for my orchids and Hoyas. So I decided to hang a few Hoyas on the side of my house here, and they really seem to like this spot. So I have over here, I got it as a crinkle 8 red, so I don't know if it's a crinkle 8, but it does have the dimples and the flower is red. I haven't bloomed it yet, but that's how I bought it from Thailand. And what else I have over here? This one has really interesting leaves as well. There's the new leaves, and that's AH98. So that'll be fun to bloom. Let's see what else. Here is one of my new hybrids. One of the seedlings from, I got about 12 from this cross left. And it hasn't bloomed before, but it is going to bloom pretty soon. And my Philodendron gloriosum is spreading. It's enjoying all this rain. I've actually hacked back at it a few times to sell some pieces, and it just keeps putting out more. And over here I have a Hoya Patilanoides. It's a really big leaf, good sized plant, and it's going to bloom. So yeah, there's a lot of Hoyas that are getting ready to bloom, but not too many in bloom right now. And this is the Hoya Timor-Leste, I guess they call it. It has the really raised veins, which is pretty attractive. And the back of the leaf, the edge kind of curls under, which is nice. It's a very, very hard leaf actually when it's mature, and has nice wavy edges to it, so it's really nice. And I hung Leo and Joseph over here. It had bloomed for me a couple weeks ago, so, but it's happy here. It's putting out a lot of new growth, so kind of happy with these Hoyas that are hanging on the side of the house. So let me go over here and show you. I posted a few Hoyas on one of my Facebook groups for people to guess the leaves, so I'm just going to show you guys those today. And I also want to show you a couple other things here. On this table, of course, the always blooming Hoya occultata. So I thought, well, my Mednillafolia hasn't bloomed ever, so I thought maybe if I bring it out into this table, it'll be more coaxed into blooming, so hopefully that'll work. And I like this table over here. It gets just the right amount of sun, and there's a lot of air circulation, so Hoyas seem to be doing really well there. And back here is one of the Hoyas that I showed the leaves at on that Facebook group. This is Hoya Maynam, and it had some issues last winter. A rat got into the greenhouse and ate a lot of it, so I had to trim it back quite a bit. But it's really bouncing back, putting out a lot of new growth spikes there and there. So I'm happy with that. And the other Hoya that I had is Hoya Boni, spelled B-O-N-I-I. And I was able to, when I first got it in the winter, I was able to grow these really, really nice big leaves. They're, you know, probably about 6-7 inches long. And it's a very attractive plant, but maybe it's the heat or some other factors. here in my garden. As the summer progresses, the leaves keep getting smaller. They're cute, but they're not as showy as when they are grown in winter, I guess. So this is Hoya boni, and here is Hoya Ruthier, and it is UT 168, and the flowers are quite beautiful, and the leaves can be very attractive. It's not the easiest Hoya to keep happy, but you know what? I got it as a gift in this little 3-ounce plastic cup, and it's, as you can see, it's a good size. I would say almost blooming size plant in a little tiny cup. So yeah, so Hoyas like to be pot bound. So you sometimes just surprised that such a small pot you can grow actually a nice size Hoya. If you overpot a Hoya cutting, there's a really good chance that you kill it. And this is also a favorite of a lot of people. This is Hoya Lime Sherbet, I believe it is. It's an MB cross, Michael Bernardo, and the leaves are kind of really nice. The flowers are kind of like a lime green color, and it has a really nice dark edge to the leaves. So that's Hoya Lime Sherbet. And let's see what else over here. Oh, one of the other Hoyas I had for people to guess the leaves was this. This is Hoya IML 1038. I got it as Hoya Maynam, which is now verticillata, and it constantly puts out these really veiny teardrop shaped leaves, which are very attractive, and they get really succulent. So it's a really nice Hoya, and it's really happy because it's kind of like taking over the place and growing up into the tree, and I kind of sometimes don't know where it's going, and I'll find it on the other side. So yeah, that's Hoya IML 1038, and I think that's all the Hoyas I had on that Facebook group. Alright, so the girls are out today, so Swiffer must be in the house. I let them out to play around on Sundays, and they really enjoy walking around the yard, eating the weeds. I don't know where the other ones are. They're probably doing a mud bath or something. This is a Long Island Red, and she's a really good egg layer. She puts out an egg, you know, usually about once a day, and then she has a few breaks throughout the year, but she's a really sweet girl. So for fertilizing, so you saw the chickens. I aged their chicken droppings for about a month, and then after that I sprinkle some of it all on my plants. That's a good source of organic fertilizing. And then in the spring, like early spring here in Florida is like late February, I take this Nurseryman's SureGrow Acid Loving Special, and I usually, on my full-size plants, I put a quarter teaspoon of that in all my pots. And then for the rest of the year, this is Neptune's organic fertilizer, which is a low 231. I usually mix 2 tablespoons of this in this 2-gallon sprayer, and I water all my Hoyas with this, including the little pots, and I do that about once a month for all my Hoyas. So that's basically my fertilizing routine. I do stop fertilizing in October, early October, and don't fertilize again till February here in Florida. And for my orchids, and I like to preface this by saying that I'm in no way a orchid growing expert. So I just do my fertilizing based on what I've been doing for years, and it works okay. But I don't take pHs or parts per million. I don't do any of that. I just, once a year, I just take some NutriCoat and I sprinkle about half a teaspoon in each pot. And that's a 13-11-11. And it does have magnesium. I don't see calcium, but it looks like a really good fertilizer. And then I have the CalMag, which is calcium magnesium, and the Peters 20-20-20. So once a year I add some of that to all of the potted orchids, and then throughout the year, every 1 or 2 weeks, I take half a teaspoon of the Peters and half a teaspoon of the CalMag, and I fill my sprayer, and I basically spray everything in the yard, from philodendrons to all the Hoyas and all the orchids. They all get a foliage and root spray. So that's basically it for my fertilizing routine. So please, if you have any suggestions, ideas, if there's anything I said that doesn't make sense, please leave a comment below. I'll try to get back to you, and I would appreciate any other feedback that you have. And that's going to be it for today. It actually started to rain again. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that you've checked the link below in the description. It'll take you to my Facebook groups and to my Instagram and a couple other things. And you'll see a lot more of these plants that I upload pictures probably every day. So check that out. And thank you for checking in on my Sunday video. I really appreciate it. I know there's so much content on YouTube, and the fact that you chose to watch my video is really nice, and I really appreciate it. So have a great weekend, and I'll see you next Sunday. Bye-bye.